Welcome back again, guys, with a new video. This time the video will be about how we can change the host name for Oracle or Red Hat Linux operating system which contains an Oracle grid infrastructure with ASM and database installed on top of it. Of course, this task is not complicated at all if you follow the steps that I put. But before we dive in, I would like to show you the steps that I have listed here. Of course, you can come here to my GitHub account and you can find this repository called db-admin and click on Oracle 19C Restart Change Hostname. You can see here the steps, or you can just find the link below in the video description. Here you can see here I have all the steps listed, and below the details, the command and the output, so it will be easy for you to follow me during my demonstration on this video. Okay, so let's dive into the technical side. Now we come to the technical or practical side of this video. As we can see here, I'm connected to the server which contains an Oracle. The first step, we need to check the environment, that we have healthy environment before we do the host name change on this operating system. So let's start with the first step. Let's do ps-ef grep bmon. Let's see if we have two instances. The first one is for ASM, the other one is for prod. Okay, for database. So we have two instances. We need to make sure once we deconfigure and configure the grid, that both services are online and running smoothly without any issue. Okay, now I will move to the next thing. I need to check if the hash is running correctly. CRS-CTL. I think check hash. With hash, I think it's the high. Sorry, I think I need to import or env plus ASM. Now I am on the CRS like this. Okay, we can see the high availability service is online, so everything is okay. Now I need also to check all the resources if they are online. As I can see here, yeah, they are online and everything is healthy and everything is okay. So what I advise, take this one, because later on we will compare the result once we finish, to make sure that the database and the grid infrastructure have the same resource state. So that means everything is okay and fine, we didn't miss anything. Okay, so copy this one and put it on any text editor you have to compare it later on once we finish our change. Okay, now we need to move to something called configuration. So we will take the resource configuration from grid infrastructure, and as well also the same as the state, we need to save it. Let me check here first grid. Okay, now here in the grid user, I need to see srv-ctl config, and here I will put ASM. I will see the configuration for ASM. As we can see here, the configuration is important. I can also copy this one and save it, okay, on any notepad. Okay, now I will check also the database, srv-ctl config database -d prod. Okay, as we can see here, the prod database configuration. So this is important to understand where the files and everything are. Now we finished the first step, checking and saving all the configuration. we will move now to the second step, which is the ASM. We need to take the parameter file and save it. Okay, so the second step is SQL plus as sysasm. Okay, we will connect as sysasm. Here we will create b file, and we will save it in the temp b file, sorry, asm b file dot aura. Okay, from sp file. Okay, it's like this. We need also to check if this is created or not. Okay, so we will put shift 1 ls minus l to temp asm, put shift 8 or star, and we can see here the file is as we can see here is the created on under this directory, which is called temp. So as I can see here, we finished the second task, which is create a parameter file as a backup. We back up the parameter file. We need it later on to start the ASM instance once we deconfigure. Okay, now we will move to the third step. We need to deconfigure HAS, which is high availability service. We need to deconfigure it. So first I need to move to root. I need to aura env. I need to make sure that that's correct. I am on I have the Oracle SID set to ASM and with correct Oracle base, so that means everything is okay. Now we need to deconfigure. So we need to move to this directory called cd $oracle_home. Okay, then crs, then install. Okay, so here there is a file called root has.sh. Then I need also to what I need to do, I will give this argument deconfig, then force. I will force this one also to deconfigure. I will now the deconfiguration of the high availability service will start. It will take time to finish. I think 1 to 2 minutes. So you need to be patient. Okay, it's done. As we can see here, successfully deconfigured Oracle Restart stack. Okay, that's mean right now the high availability is deconfigured. Now we will move to the next step, which is change the host name. So first, let us just host name ctl. Let us see what's the okay. You can see here the host name is aura 19c.aura domain. Okay, I will change it right now. So host name ctl set host name. Okay, I will set it to standby.aura domain. Okay, so let's see. Now I will do this one again. Let's see. Yeah, you can see here right now it's changed to standby aura domain. Okay, now I will exit this one. I will reconnect back again. Let's see if it's it's changed to a standby. That's mean this is take effect right now. So if I write like this host name, so it should be like this standby.aura domain. Okay, so right now everything is okay. There is sometime other locations you need to check also. We need to do like cat etc sysconfig network. So sometime here there is sometime you can find here a host name, you need to change it, but in my case here I don't have. But check it in your system. If it's there, you need to change it also as well. Of course, there is another location also. We need to etc hosts. As we can see here, it's we need to change this one. So what I will do, I will use, you can see here, I'm typing here. Okay, this is for string aura 19c. I will change it to standby globally. G, that means globally for all. Yeah, as we can see here, it's changed right now to standby. Okay, so I will exit. So now if I ping for standby, so I will be able to ping my machine, okay, with this IP. Now I change the local DNS. So now we will move to the next step, which is the fifth step. I will now reconfigure the high availability service. I need to be root, and also I need to set the Oracle environment. So first aura m and like this, and okay, it's ASM. It will ask me also for Oracle home, so I will paste it here. As we can see here, I have also now everything is set successfully, so I can now go to cd $oracle_home. So here I need to run root.sh to reconfigure the grid infrastructure, and I will hit enter, then hit again another enter. Now we will wait until this finished. Okay, as we can see here, it's successfully configured Oracle Restart for a standalone server. So that means this step, the step number 5, is finished successfully. So now we will move to the step number 6, which is we need to modify cluster synchronization service, CSS. So we need to add to modify the resource and add attribute auto start. So it will be start on the first run of the Oracle or restart the operating system. So how we can perform this one? CRS-CTL modify, as we can see here, resource. Okay, then we need to put the resource name, which is aura.cssd. Okay, now we will do this will be in the init, and the attributes will be in capital auto, and start equal 1. That means we will enable it. Okay, dash and support. Okay, this one put it for 12c 19c. I think it's 11 it's not mandatory, but anyway, we need to put it like this and see. Okay, we that one not throw any error, so that means everything is fine. Okay, now we will restart the hash. So CRS-CTL stop hash. Okay, we will stop hash, and then we will start it back again. CRS, okay, let me just CRS-CTL start hash, and now we will see if the CSSD will start successfully. I think once we start it, it will take time to start the other resources, but let's check CRS-CTL check hash. This hash is online right now. Let's check the CSS. CSS is online. CRS-CTL stat res -t, just to check the resource. We can see here is online. Okay, Of course, you can see we don't have the other resources. We need to reconfigure them, of course. So the next step right now, which is the step number 7. Let me clear this one. The step number 7 is to create the listener. So srvctl add listener. Okay, we will add listener. So then we need to start the listener. srvctl start listener. Okay, after the listener started, we need to check srvctl status listener. Okay, we can see here the listener is started on node standby. So that's mean the change of the host name right now is take the effect and everything is fine. So now we will continue to the step number 8, which is add ASM service. So now adding ASM service, srvctl add ASM. So like this, we will add the ASM. Of course, after we add the ASM, we need also to modify the CRSCTL. We need to add the auto start attribute for it, modify the same as CSSD service. Now here modify. After we modify resource, resource, which is aura.asm -init -attr attributes, which is auto start. Okay, equal 1, and then dash unsupported. Okay, like this. Okay, after we finish this one, that's mean we have ASM service is configured. Now what we can do, now we will create ASM instance. Of course, we need to move to grid. This should be under grid user. Now I will just only connect SQL plus as sysasm. Make sure he's here as sysasm, not as sysdba. Okay, we can see here we have an idle instance, so we need to create the ASM instance. So first start up bfile equal, okay, plus temp asm bfile.aura, okay, from like this. We will wait until the ASM instance is started. We can see here the ASM is started and disk group are mounted. So of course we need now to exit from here, and we need, of course, we can also alter. If the disk are not mounted, we can do alter disk group like this, CRS, let's say, and we can also mount force in case if the disk group are not mounted. We can do like this, this command to force the mount. We can do also for data, FRA, and all other like this data mount force, but I think they are mounted already here. Here it's mounted already, is already mounted. So now I think this one was not mounted, so it's mounted here, but this one is already mounted. Anyway, let's exit from here and let's move to, now we need to modify, as we can see here, grid. So here SRV CRS CTL stat res minus t. Just I need to check. We can see here now the disks are come, and that we have the listener, we have ASM is online, we have CSSD is online, so everything is fine now. And this one also online, but we can see here we don't have the database. But before we start the database, I prefer to check the ASM configuration to compare it with the one that we take before on the notepad. srvctl config. Then after I do the config, I will put ASM, okay, to make sure that ASM is configured correctly. We can see here it's not configured. This service is not configured correctly, so we need to reconfigure it. You remember I told you to take a note from the configuration before we come to this step, so you can use them right now. So we can modify right now. I will copy it. I have it here. Okay. So I will copy this text. Let me just vi ASM. I will copy it here. As we can see here, it's I. Okay. Here also I need just to make it correct. Okay, everything is fine. So you can edit it like this: srvctl modify ASM minus sp, which is the secure parameter file, password file, and disk string here, where you can the ASM instance can read the Oracle ASM disks, and the listener to listen for it. So I will copy this one. Now I will just quit from here and paste it here, run again. You can see here. Okay, now let's check the configuration after we change this one. srvctl config ASM. We can see here now it's configured correctly. So srvctl start ASM. Let's try to start it. It tells us that's already running, so let's stop it and start it again. srvctl stop ASM, and let's bring it back again. Failed to stop, unable to act resource, okay, on save standby, but would require stopping or relocating resource or a CRS, but the appropriate force flag would not be specified. Okay, sorry, we need to put force or -f, I think. Yeah, now we need to start it again. Let's see if it's the instance started successfully. It will start successfully or not. So srvctl status ASM. Let's see just first if it's running. Okay, running. Now I will clear and check the cluster CRSCTL stat res -t. We can see here everything is fine. The ASM I think is running, stable. Everything is fine. Okay, now we will move to the last step, which is add database service. Of course, we need to move to Oracle. Now here we need to first we need to srvctl. Of course, before we move to here, the step number 9, I would like to stay here in a grid and ASM CMD. We need to check things here, CD data, so we are able to access the disks. ls cd prod. So ls, we can see here Thus we have the files and we are able to connect. We have here the parameter file, so ls minus l for this one, star, I think, like this it will work. Yeah, so we can see here we have sb file. What we need else also, we need, I think, the parameter file, password file, all these things to configure the Oracle database service. So I will exit right now from here, and I will exit from here, and I will switch to Oracle. Now let us srvctl stat res srv, sorry, add. After we add, okay, srv add, now database, then minus d prod. After we add the prod, we need to add the Oracle home. Okay, Oracle home, which is, you can put here like this, Oracle underscore home, and the sb file, this sb file will be for this one. Where is it? I think we got it here, but first we need to put plus data, the path prod, then we need to take the parameter file, okay, parameter file, then we need to copy this one here like this and close it, and I think that's it. I will hit enter and let's see the result. Now we need to, after we add the database, we need to check srvctl config database. We need to check the database configuration minus d prod for database prod, which I added. Yeah, everything is fine. Now I think I can start srvctl start database minus d prod. Let's see if the database it will be started or starting right now or not. Let's see. Okay, srv, now we will check the status. srvctl status, sorry, database minus d prod. Nice, database is running. I will check now I will exit now crsctl stat res minus t. Let's see that everything is fine. The database is running correctly, and as we can see here also the server name is changed to standby and everything is fine, no issue at all. So last thing, we need also to check we will move to Oracle SQL plus as sysdba. Let's see, so bdbs, let's see if the BD, oh yeah, it's mounted, so you need to start it as well. So to start it, you need to do like this, alter pluggable database prod bdb1 open like this. Nice. Once we finish doing, we can bdbs. Yeah, it's right now read write mode and everything is fine. So we right now finish this one. I will exit from here. So the step number 9 is finished. Database is right now successfully configured and everything is fine, and we are able to connect to the database and see the pluggable database inside, and everything is fine. Now the last step, I prefer to do it, which is the step number 9. Check the services and stop the hash, reboot the server and check the hash again, which is the high availability service again. So let's do this together. Of course we need to be root or grid. So here I will do crsctl stop hash. So let's stop the high availability service. Okay, now we can see that the high availability services is now stopped and offline. So now we can power off. Okay, we can right now power off the server. Okay, like this. Okay. Okay, the I rerun the server. Okay, I will clear here. I will try to connect again. Okay, I able right now to log in. We can see here it's the standby. We can confirm and check also here like this host name. We can see it's changed. Now I will move to root. Okay, and so let me just check CRS-CTL stat res -t, and let's see the component. We can see here it's the disk group are online, listener is online, ASM is online, this one is online, this one also is online, this one is starting. So I think we will wait. We'll give it a little bit. Yeah, now it's running, so we need to move to, we will switch user to Oracle. Let me just clear the screen, switch to Oracle to make sure that's Oracle. Yeah, then SQL plus sysdba, show bdbs. We can see it's mounted alter database minus alter pluggable database. Broad bdb1 is open. Okay, now we can see once we finish this one, the show bdbs, everything is fine. Let's exit and confirm again also here CRS. Let's just clear and see here. So that's it. I hope you enjoy this video. So as you can see here, I finish all the things and all the configuration and show you how we can do it. Please find the steps on GitHub. See you next video. Wish you a good day. Thank you for watching.